What's going on, everyone? So, news came out that is very interesting. We got news from Eric Pincus yesterday that the Los Angeles Lakers are not interested in trading Rui Hachimura as well as Dalton Connect. And then add that to Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, so on and so forth. So, per the report, payroll is currently 185.4 million for 15 guaranteed players plus three two-ways. And the Lakers have been clear that they have no plans to exceed that league's second apron of 188.9 million. Any deal adding a multi-year salary like Colin Sexton for 2026 must account for a franchise staying below next year's second apron, about 207.8 million. Competing executives have also told Bleacher Report that the Lakers, at least to date, have shown no interest in discussing trades that include Rui Hachimura or Dalton Connect, or obviously LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, Bronny James, etc. The two recent acquired players, Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton, cannot be aggregated in trades before the February 6th deadline, making Milton out of the question. So basically, their two new acquisitions cannot be traded. I don't know why Milton, maybe you could add. But Dorian Finney-Smith, you're definitely not trading. However, personally, I think this is posturing. I think this is just, you want to make it seem like, hey, we're not, you hear this every year from every team, right? They value every guy. Every guy makes it. We got reports before D'Lo was traded that the Lakers value D'Lo and they might actually keep him because he's been so good off the bench for them and they're worried about the guard play and blah, blah, blah. And, you hear it over and over and over again. The biggest reason why I think it's posturing, and it's not true that the Lakers won't trade Rui Hachimura, is because look at all the targets that the Lakers have been going after, right? Like, they would all require Rui Hachimura, right? Like, there's been a ton of reporting recently about the Lakers maybe making a push to go get Nikola Vucevic. How are you going to get Vu? Oh, that's right. You'd have to trade Rui Hachimura. I mean, technically, you could do like Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt and stuff, but, who's going to take on Jared Vanderbilt right now? The guy can't stay healthy, right? And even if he does come back, he's probably not going to look like himself, right? Maybe a team like Chicago might do it because they're just like, hey, we want to be as bad as possible, right? Like I've said with Jared Vanderbilt, like the only way I think you can unload him is if you get a team like Chicago that wants to be as bad as possible and could look at it and go, you know what? We could bring in Vando, let him just sit out this season. Take the year off. Don't rush back. Get your body right, get your mind right, get everything right, and then we'll have you back on the team next season, right? Like a team that's willing to kind of just like let Vando just sit out for a year and just could be like, oh, well, him healthy, one of the best perimeter guys in the league, if not the best perimeter guy in the league. I don't really buy this report, to be honest. I'm sure you're going to hear several more, right? Like you're going to hear that the Lakers, again, like, you've heard reports like the Lakers are happy, they're comfy, all is good, all is right, this, that, and the other, and then next thing you know, trades get done. They know there was a report that came out that the Lakers are not satisfied with their team, right? I was planning on doing that. I had that report, that video already done, and then this came out, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll talk about this first. So look forward to that video, but. Supposedly Lakers aren't satisfied with their team. Well, you have to trade guys, right? You're not going to be able to get significant upgrades trading Jalen Hood-Schifino and vet minimums. Now, could you get like a center? Sure. Could you get like obviously in a perfect world, Walker Kessler, or could you get, Nick Richards or a Day'Ron Sharp? Yeah, sure. But you're not going to be able to get any of these other guys unless you're able to really, unless you're willing to unload guys like Rui Hachimura, right? Like, look, Nikola Vucevic, Bruce Brown, Kyle Kuzma, all these names that keep getting brought up. Like a lot of these guys would take Rui plus like even a Gabe Vincent or something, right? Like I just don't see the Lakers and all these reports that are coming out that the Lakers have been, inquiring and talking. Like oh, we want Nikola Vucevic and Bruce Brown, but we don't want to trade Rui Hachimura. It's like, well, how do you plan on getting this guy? We're not going to take on 6 players for you to get this guy, and you have to fill out a roster. You have to do all that other stuff, right? If Lakers, like, if all you heard were the Lakers were targeting, say a Cody Martin or a Nick Richards or they were all like, $5 to $10 million salaries, then I'd be like, sure, right? Like, because if you don't want to trade Rui, then go trade Gabe Vincent right now for Jonas Valanciunas, and then be done, right? I don't think that you're a contender. I think you're better. Maybe it gets to contention depending on how things shape up, but realistically, I don't think you're a contender. If the Lakers are really serious about getting into contention, or at least giving them the best shot possible, you're going to have to trade Rui Hachimura. I know a lot of Laker fans don't want to trade Rui Hachimura. Look, I like Rui. If it made sense to keep Rui, I would be all for keeping Rui. But it doesn't make sense to keep Rui. He doesn't fit. He's the odd man out. Right? Like, now that you have Dorian Finney-Smith, he's your 3. And yes, you could have Rui play more 4, but isn't the whole point of getting another center is to allow AD to play more 4, right? So it doesn't add up to me that the real goal is to keep Rui Hachimura, and I just don't buy it. Austin Reeves, I buy, right? Like, Austin Reeves, without a doubt, I don't see them trading. Dalton Knecht, same thing, right? Like Max Christie, same thing. Like, some of these guys, without a doubt, I don't get. But like Gabe Vincent, Jalen Ushafino, all your vet minimum guys, and Rui Hachimura, all are the pieces that you're going to need to go make those other moves. You're going to need those guys to make other plays and make other things. Because, again, right now we're still little less than a month away from this moment, right? From like trade deadline's February 6th. So you're still going to get a lot of teams that don't want to trade guys or only want to trade guys for 15 first. And it's just, right now it's still all the chaos. Everyone's prices are still high. Everyone still is negotiating. Everyone's still trying to hold to their guns. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get to the trade deadline, and all these people are going to cave, and all these things are going to... It's why Rob Pelinka keeps wanting to be patient. He's just playing the game, in my opinion. Right? Again, I could be completely wrong. Maybe he doesn't trade Rui Hachimura. It's very possible. Right? But, again, like... One, the Lakers supposedly want to wait on Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt to come back. Right? Like, that's the thing that keeps being reported, that Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, Lakers want to sit back and want to see what they look like, which, okay, fine, right? Like, especially Vando seems like he's going to be back in a week or so. Again, just my guess. We don't have an exact return date, but he's ramping up, doing on-court activities and stuff. I guess all the pain and stuff in his knee and all that is all dissipated. His feet, everything's fine. So I imagine probably about a week, maybe 2, is my guess. So fine, I'd give you another week and a half, 2 weeks. Luckily, Lakers play a ton of games this month. They have a game basically every other day all season, and then they got a couple back-to-back. So, if you were going, if you wanted a month to where you could get the most to evaluate right before the trade deadline, it is a month like this, where even if Jared Vanderbilt comes back, 2 weeks before the trade deadline, he's going to get to play 10 games. So we're going to be able to get to see, what he looks like. Gabe Vincent could be back, or is back, right? What does that look like? Again, this could get you to $21 million, right? Add in a vet minimum. And so you could get to, with just Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and say, a Christian Wood, because I think he's the highest vet minimum, get you to, $27 million, roughly. So you could technically get to $27 million without trading Rui Hachimura, but it's just again, where does he fit? I mean, if the Lakers want to keep him, fine, but it's just where do you fit him in? Right? What? So you're just going to what? You're going to have him be your backup 3? Okay. Right? So, let's say, I mean, I guess one way to look at it, okay, if they were to get, say, a Nikola Vucevic, right? $20 million. You send out Gabe, Vando. You could technically continue to play Rui in the backup 3 role, right? Because, like, you'd have, say, your starters would be, let's say, Reeves, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Vucevic. And then you'd have, say, because you'd clear a roster spot. So let's say you went and got, I don't know, Dennis Smith Jr. Just use that for argument's sake, right? So you go Dennis Smith Jr., Max Christie, Rui Hachimura, Christian Wood, and then have like Jackson Hayes or whatever as like, your third big, because you're going to scatter Vu and, you're going to scatter Vu and Anthony Davis at the center spot. But that's the problem, is that Rui Hachimura would have to continue to play the 3, right? Like, I don't think Rui's a bad player. He's just not a 3. But between LeBron, Anthony Davis are probably going to be playing the 4 the most. You're going to want to get some minutes for Christian Wood, if any. He might not even. I mean, if you have Vu, Anthony Davis and LeBron are probably going to play the 4 the most, right? So there goes any minutes for Rui at the 4. It's just now you're playing Rui, and then also at $17 million, do you really want a $17 million guy playing 15 minutes a game? Right? I'd rather go get that other, like, another reserve or bench depth, or, get another point of attack guard, ideally. I don't know. It's definitely decisions that Rob's going to have to make. Again, I still stand by, I think it's just posturing. I think Rob's just, trying to play the game. I think he's just trying to, make it seem like, oh, no, yeah, we're planning on keeping Rui. We don't want to get rid of Rui, right? Because also you could argue Rui's your most valuable asset, right? This is probably a point that I should have mentioned earlier. I just popped in my head. I guess another thing is that, like, Rui's your best valuable asset player-wise, outside of, like, Reeves and guys like that. But I'm talking about guys that they would trade, right? So if you can pull off a move without trading him, it would make sense to keep him to then pull off a move that you can't get without him, right? You get what I'm saying? So, like, say, again, we'll just stick with Bruce Brown and Vucevic, right? Like, say Bruce Brown you can get without Rui, but you can't get Vucevic without Rui, right? Like Chicago, let's say they're just like, no, we have to have Rui, right? So you could go make the move for Bruce Brown, right? Like, let's say Toronto, they want Rui, but they're willing to cave and take Vando and Gabe plus, vet minimum or whatever, right? Okay, well, you could go do that move, and then now you have Rui and, like, say Jalen or Trufino, and go do the Vucevic move, right? Just something else that to kind of keep in mind. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you feel? How do you think? Good idea, bad idea, mixed, in the middle? Do you think they should keep them? Do you think they should get rid of them? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are. I love to hear it either way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.